Here's some food for thought. There's one distinction that separates a true believer and an almost believer, and that is the fruit. And in John 15, Jesus reveals to us the importance of bearing fruit. In the beginning of John 15, Jesus says he is the true vine and God the Father is the gardener. Or in other translation, he's the vine dresser. Going down in verse 2, Jesus says, every branch that is in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away, meaning God will take away. And every branch that is bearing fruit, God will prune so that it may bear much more fruit. So the question will be, how can we bear fruit? Well, Jesus gives us the key in verse 3 and 4. In verse 3, he says, you are already clean because of the word that I have given you. And in verse 4, it says, remain in me as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. So the key that Jesus is given there is that we must remain in him. He is the vine, we are the branches. The branch cannot grow unless it abides in the vine. So therefore, in order for us to bear fruit, remain in the Lord Jesus. And going on to verse 5, Jesus pretty much is repeating what he says in the previous verses, that he is the vine, we are the branches. If we remain in him and he in us, we will bear much fruit. That's a promise. And then the last part of that verse is a huge warning for us true believers, that if we are in the family of God and call ourselves true believers, this is a huge warning. Apart from him, we can do nothing. And this is where I believe a lot of believers fall short. Is when we receive a little bit of knowledge, then we go on thinking we don't need him no more, doing things on our own. And then when we fall, we blame God. Brothers and sisters, let me encourage you with this. Continue believing in the Lord, trusting in God, and lean not on our own understanding, but in all our ways acknowledge him, and God will direct our path. God bless you. Hit that follow button for more.